think it's really interesting what you say, because it's a lot about like, where does the content end and the marketing campaign begin? And it kind of leads me into another question, which is around launching new IP on our platform. So if there wasn't a book attached before, if it's not a franchise that has X amount of followers already, if you don't have Vin Diesel or Dwayne Johnson on cast in your film or TV show, what do you guys recommend for tactics for launching new IP on social platforms and gathering that audience early on and building that community? Keith, you want to go for it?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean that's exactly what I was faced with this book, and then with this motion picture that we were working on. We were doing a small film, and I wanted to use that same knowledge of how I was interacting with the audience to do that. And I think that if you don't have a known IP, but the audience is going to want to discover things for themselves, and what you're starting to see is this separation between social media and viral marketing. Because in social media, it's very much front-facing, where the celebrity or the product is outward-facing to the audience, and it's a two-way exchange back and forth. You like a product, you support it, they kind of like it or engage with that product. In viral marketing, it's kind of the opposite. It's the sense of discovery and the idea that I tell you about a product, and then you go tell somebody else about it, and I never told you to buy it. Because if I tell you how great I am, you're like, oh, sure, he thinks he's the best. But if someone else says, oh, he's actually pretty good, then be like, oh, well, they might pay attention to that. And that's how, if people hear about a movie, if you see a billboard, you're like, oh, it's kind of a cool picture. But if someone tells you that's a great film, you'll take the recommendation, even if you don't know their taste in movies, just because you heard about that. You said, oh yeah, someone told me that was a good film. And that's what we're kind of relying on these days. And I think that for unknown brands or for producers or people who are just launching a product, viral marketing is a very powerful way to lead up into the social campaign. Even with Phoenix and the new film I just did, we've been spending the past 2 years building the viral campaign, and we're just starting up the social media side. Even though it's already gotten 20 million engagements, the viral marketing is much more powerful because the audience is discovering it on their own.